best wishes from FCPA, Dr. Wycliffe Oparanya, EGH, the Cabinet Secretary for the Ministry of Cooperatives and MSMEs Development. Have you received these greetings? Secondly, I would like to also convey his apologies. He actually intended to be here for this great occasion, but apparently something cropped up this afternoon as he was preparing to come, and he did request that I convey his best regards and also his speech for this evening. But before I delve into his remarks, I would say this is indeed an interesting evening. And you know, once I start reading his speech, there's no way I can divulge or get into other matters. So you'll permit me just to say something a little bit, spend a minute or two, just to state that I've been in cooperative system and attributes throughout my career, starting as a Gen Z by then. So it's really marveling to see the trends and changes which have taken place, not only in the MSME sector, but also the cooperative sector. And as a trainer by then, one of the fundamental things I would say I was involved in was when we came up with what we call FOSAs, front office service activities today. The banking service for those who are in cooperatives. Those came in out of a need, because by then the banks were saying, if you're earning less than a certain amount, then you need not have an account with us. So what did we do creatively by then when we were trainers? We decided to come up with what we call withdrawable savings, because what many circles were having then was unwithdrawable. Now that was what gave rise now finally to what we call the deposit-taking circles and non-deposit-taking circles for those which are not withdrawable. That said, you'll also see, based on this topic we are having and what we are having this evening, came in the branding, they came in the phase of branding. And I just want to give some examples. And branding is not easy, but we learned it also in a good way within the cooperative system. So you'll find that we had to go around convincing societies that branding will give them an edge. And I'll give a few examples. For example, Baringo Teachers Circle. For those who have known, may come from that particular region, it is actually based in Baringo. It was rebranded to Boresha. Kipsigis Teachers, rebranded to Imarisha. Kilifi Teachers, rebranded to Imarika. Nakuru Teachers to Cosmopolitan Circle. And just to wrap it, Kemfree, rebranded to Tabasuri Circle. So when you talk of branding, you can see the difference it has made within the circle framework. So branding is indeed important. That said, I'll get straight to the remarks by His Excellency, our Honorable Cabinet Secretary, and if you'll permit, I'll take about 10 minutes, hopefully. I'll just get to the gist of the matter. The leadership of Jubilant Stewards Africa, representatives of Pacesetters International Research and Consultancy Limited, representatives of United SMEs Association of Kenya, government officials and members of the diplomatic community, captains of industry and corporate leaders, development partners, entrepreneurs, representatives of micro, small, and medium enterprises, distinguished nominees and award recipients, ladies and gentlemen, good evening once again. Yes, it gives me great pleasure to join you in the 11th Elite Brands Awards International Gala Dinner. I thank Jubilant Stewards of Africa, Pace Setters, International Research and Consultancy Limited, the United SMEs Association of Kenya, and all supporting partners for convening this important celebration of enterprise, innovation, and responsible leadership. I am encouraged by the participation of organizations and professionals drawn from different countries and economic sectors. Your presence demonstrates Africa's growing determination to compete through quality, innovation, ethical leadership, and meaningful service to society. I congratulate all the organizations and individuals nominated for recognition this evening. Being nominated is an acknowledgement that your work, leadership, and contribution have been noticed by your customers, employees, industries, and communities. To the award recipients, whom we are going to see shortly, I extend my warmest congratulations. These awards should not merely be trophies displayed in offices, but a public expression of confidence and a responsibility to continue raising standards. Tonight, we celebrate the discipline, sacrifice, creativity, and resilience required to build enterprises that overcome difficult economic conditions, create employment, and consistently provide value to their customers. A strong brand is more than a name, logo, or marketing campaign. It is a promise made to the consumer and renewed through every product supplied, service delivered, and interaction between an organization and the public. That promise must be built on trust. Customers must be confident that products are safe, services meet the promised standards, and businesses will act responsibly when difficulties arise. Trust takes years to build, but can be lost quickly through poor service, dishonesty, and disregard for customers. Enterprises must therefore protect public confidence as carefully as they protect their financial and physical assets. Now, the strongest brands are not necessarily those with the largest advertising budgets. And we've seen that through the speakers who were here, some of the speakers who came here earlier. They are organizations that listen to their customers, treat employees with dignity, honor their commitments, and continuously improve their products and services. Innovation must therefore remain at the heart of every successful enterprise. Business must continually find ways of improving quality, reducing costs, increasing efficiency, and reaching new markets and responding to their changing customer needs. Innovation does not always require expensive technology. It may begin with listening to customers, simplifying a process, eliminating delays, reducing wastage, or finding better ways of meeting the everyday needs. Digitization is also creating significant opportunities for businesses to market their products, receive payments, maintain records, and access financial services. Businesses should adopt to technology as a tool for improving productivity, reducing costs, and making informed decisions. My ministry places considerable importance on MSMEs because they support livelihoods, create employment, strengthen local supply chains, and provide the foundation from which larger enterprises emerge. Many of the major brands recognized today began as small enterprises, driven by an individual or a small team with an idea and and the courage to pursue it. Being small today does not determine the size of an enterprise future. With proper governance, financial discipline, innovation, and consistency, an enterprise established in a village, informal settlement, or a town can grow into a recognized national, regional, or global brand. The government recognizes that MSMEs require clear and predictable policies, affordable credit, appropriate skills, technology, and access to markets to grow and compete effectively. Through the ministry, we continue reviewing policies and programs to remove barriers. And I believe I got the challenge presented to the ministry. We shall certainly hit to that, to the good presentation you made. We'll pick out that and actually we'll work together to ensure we actualize the same. Our objective is to create an environment in which enterprises can operate efficiently and confidently invest in the growth. Access to affordable credit remains one of the greatest challenges facing MSMEs. Many promising enterprises are unable to purchase equipment, increase production, or take advantage of new markets because available financing is expensive, insufficient, and in some cases, unsuitable for their needs. The government is therefore working through enterprise financing institutions, cooperative societies, and other financial sector partners to expand access to affordable and appropriately structured credit. However, access to credit must be accompanied by responsible borrowing and disciplined financial management. MSMEs must maintain proper records, separate business and personal finances, honor repayment obligations, and build a reliable transaction history. Credit alone cannot guarantee business success. Enterprises also require training in financial management, governance, digital marketing, product development, and among others. The ministry will continue strengthening and the training and capacity building programs to equip MSMEs with the practical skills needed to manage resources, improve productivity, and compete in increasingly demanding markets. Markets remain the lifeline of every enterprise. It is not enough to help entrepreneurs produce quality goods if those goods cannot reach the customers. So one of the ministry's interventions in MSME Connect is a regional business platform that brings together entrepreneurs, financial institutions, government agencies, buyers, and other market actors, has been initiated by the ministry. And how many of us have attended the MSME Connect platforms? Do we have any of us who have attended? It's a challenge. Maybe it's another avenue we'll be involving the attendees here, because it's actually something not only for government, it's government and private sector working together. Through MSMEs Connect, entrepreneurs can showcase their products, obtain business information, access government services, form partnerships, and identify opportunities for growth closer to the regions where they operate. The East African Community MSME trade fairs also provide an important platform for enterprises to exhibit their products and understand the regional market. The government intends to set aside resources to support selected MSMEs to attend and exhibit at these regional trade fairs, particularly enterprises with quality and innovative products that have the potential to compete in the East African regional market. I encourage MSMEs to prepare for these opportunities by improving their quality of products, packaging, branding, and certification, among others. We are also encouraging public institutions established by the private sector companies to integrate MSMEs into their procurement and supply chains through supplier development, mentorship, and prompt payments. The cooperative movement provides an additional pathway through which MSMEs can overcome limitations of operating individually. Now, supportive policies, affordable credit, financial discipline, digitization and capacity building, and market access must work together. Where one of these elements is missing, the ability of an enterprise to realize full potential remains constrained. To the award recipients, this recognition brings additional responsibility. Customers, employees, and emerging entrepreneurs will look to you as examples of the standards that African entrepreneurs should uphold. Continue investing in your employees because they are the living expression of your brand. An organization will not earn lasting customer loyalty unless its people are trained, motivated, and empowered to provide quality service. Continue listening to customers, including those who raise complaints. A complaint can provide valuable information about weaknesses in a product or service. I challenge the enterprises gathered here to create more opportunities for young people and women in leadership, procurement, distribution, and ownership. As government, we recognize the private sector as an indispensable partner in economic transformation. We will continue working with businesses, cooperatives, MSMEs, and development partners in support of investment, enterprise growth, and employment creation. But government alone cannot build a strong African brand we desire, and the private sector cannot prosper in isolation from society. Progress requires government to provide sound policies and infrastructure, businesses to invest and innovate, and citizens to reward quality and ethical enterprise. I once again congratulate Jubilant Stewards of Africa and its partners for bringing us together, the enterprises from across the continent. By recognizing excellence, you inspire organizations to improve their systems, strengthen ethical standards, and contribute more meaningfully to society. To all the nominees, whether or not you receive an award tonight, continue strengthening your organizations and serving your customers with consistency, humility, and integrity. To the winners, receive your awards with pride and renewed responsibility. Use this recognition to inspire your employees, mentor emerging entrepreneurs, and demonstrate that the enterprises can succeed without compromising quality, ethics, or social responsibilities. Let us build brands that our citizens trust, brands that create employment, brands that transform the African ideas and resources into valuable products. Strong brands, as I stated, are built on trust, sustained through innovation, and remembered for the value they create in society. Let us also build enterprises that not only succeed in the marketplace, but also improve lives, strengthen communities, and advance Africa's economic transformation. I congratulate all nominees once again and award recipients and wish you continued success in your respective sectors. I also wish everyone present a productive and memorable evening. And with that said, I would say with those very few remarks, as politicians say, I have come to the end of the remarks by the Honorable Minister for Cooperative Development. I'll also have failed in my obligation if I don't recognize my colleague who also